Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Board Game Spotlight. Today we're going to take a look at Chiseled from Copper Frog Games. Have you ever looked at sculptures like David or Venus de Milo and wished you had the ability to create beauty from pieces of marble? Well, this game may not give you the artistic ability to create your own masterpieces, but you can win over the critics in this game by creating the best sculpture from your deck of marble cards. Chiseled is a 1 to 4 player game that plays in about 25 minutes for ages 14 and up, so let's check it out. To set up, you're going to shuffle the 9 tool cards together and randomly place 7 of them in a face-up pile in the middle of the table to form your workbench. You can place the remaining 2 tools back in the box as they will not be needed for the rest of the game. Each player then takes a player reference mat and the 45 card deck that matches their mat. The sculpture deck is your block of marble from which you will create your masterpiece. Shuffle your deck and place it face down on the spot marked Draw Pile. Throughout the game, you'll create a trash pile to the left of your player mat and a discard pile to the right of your mat. Take the 7 critic cards and randomly deal 3 face up. These will tell you what kind of bonuses you might be able to earn from this sculpture at the end of the game. Finally, take one of the remaining critic cards and place it upside down. The back serves as your scoring guide, and you're going to put it on top of your check-in card. You're going to want the 5 at the top to show. Now you are ready to begin the game. Each deck contains 9 heads, 9 bodies, 9 arms, and 18 scraps. The sculpt cards are made up of either gold, silver, or onyx, and you will score the most points by keeping all 9 heads in your finished deck while only keeping 5 bodies and 3 arms. To start, each player draws a hand of 3 cards, and the player with the most chiseled chin is going to go first. Play will then continue clockwise. On your turn, you will choose one of the face-up tools and take the action listed on it. If all the tools are flipped over before your turn starts, they should be flipped up face again for you to use. These tools will allow you to trash, discard, or draw cards. After you've used one tool, flip it over and place the remaining cards into your discard pile. Next, draw 3 cards for your future turn. If your draw deck is empty, reshuffle your discard pile. Check your hand to see if all 3 cards are non-scrap, meaning they are gold, silver, or onyx. If there is no scrap in your hand, move the checking card down 1 space. The critics are 1 step closer to examining your work. Once you have checked your hand, play passes to the next player. The game end is triggered when any person's check-in card reaches 0. Every player receives 1 last turn, and when play returns to the player who triggered the end of the game, scoring begins. First, tally the points in your deck. Cards from your draw pile, hand, and discard pile count as your deck at this point. Subtract any points for your remaining scrap, and add points based on how many head, bodies, and arms remain. The points for the parts of the body can be found on your scoring guide here. Next, check the critic cards and see if you earned any bonuses by meeting their strict standards. Critics look through a trash pile and award bonuses for things like having 5 or more onyx in your trash, or having more gold than silver cards in your trash. Once the scores have been added up, the player with the most points wins. If there happens to be a tie, the player with the smallest sculpture wins. And that's how you play Chiseled from Copper Frog Games. If this deck sculpting game sounds like something you're interested, head on over to Kickstarter to check it out. We've left a link in the comments. And as always, happy gaming!